Hello everybody, how's it going? So today I'm doing another 10 minutes of useless information video. This time we're doing it on Anime Last Stand. If you don't know what Anime Last Stand is, it's a brand new tower defense game, very similar to Anime Adventures that just came out here about a month ago. There's not really a whole lot for me to say here, so if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get right into this. There are no invisible walls in Desert Village. Because of this, it's possible to climb everything you see on the map. The texture on the mountains on Desert Village is actually super low quality. Most likely this is because the textures are being spread across a very large object, causing the image quality to drop significantly. The vendors in Desert Village are completely broke. If you go to all their cash registers, you will not see a single dollar anywhere. Staying on the topic of Desert Village, there are a ton of pipes around the map that make absolutely no sense. For example, you can see right here, there are pipes that go up out of the ground, connect to nothing, and head right back into the ground. Now, I'm not a plumber, but I'm pretty sure there's no reason for that pipe to go straight up in the air like that. The original Desert Village was a much different map. If you ask me, it's probably for the best that they changed it because the old one does not look that good. The rarity with the most units in the game is unique. There are currently 13 uniques in the game, however there can be 15 if you want to include the evolved forms of Drip, Nami, and Minato as separate units. Throughout Water Park, there are several cannons that are just not complete. The cannons are missing their barrels and it just makes them look like this weird set of floating rings. Also in Water Park, there is a strange set of houses off the main track. The houses all face inwards towards a sandbox with a giant skeleton hand sticking out. I have no idea what this is supposed to be or who that giant hand belongs to, but it's a really weird sight nonetheless. At the edge of the island, you can find a teaser for the next map. Two characters are sailing away from the main island, and we can see that they are in possession of Stark's gun and sword from Bleach, along with a sandwich. I'm not sure who they are or who they're waving at, but my assumption is these might be the developers. If you follow their boat and head to the island at the edge of the map, you can find the same portal from Hollow World. I think this was a really cool mini story and I really enjoyed finding it, but sadly as far as I know there are no other Easter eggs like this on the other maps. For some reason, the clothes disappear on the back of Boa's arms. This is also an issue when you wear her cosmetic in the lobby. Along with parts of her outfit disappearing, the cosmetic animation is completely broken and will cause your character just to sit there and stutter. You can actually see Gojo's eyes underneath his blindfold if you glitch the camera. You can find the developer sitting at the shop where Summon is. For whatever reason, Nami is absurdly short at the Game Pass shop. The waterfall at AFK doesn't have any sort of source. The water just appears out of thin air. There are 15 lily pads in the lake at AFK. Mash has a really interesting texture on his coat. Anime Last Stand released on February 3rd, 2024, however development is reported to have started at least as far back as March 23rd, 2023. Currently, there are 68 units in the game, including the evolution units. There are only 5 evolutions currently in the game. Drip Nami and Minato are exotics, Sukuna is a mythic, Gojo is a mythic that turns into a celestial, and Ichigo is a rare that turns into an epic. Sukuna was the first evolution added to the game. Despite only having a 0.25% chance of dropping, Yuta is still considered an exotic unit and not an ultimate. For reference, the two ultimates in the game right now are Jotaro over Heaven with a 0.5% drop chance and Mash with a 0.01% drop chance. Mash is the first ultimate unit added to the game. Mash is the rarest unit in the entire game with a 0.01% chance or a 1 in 10,000 chance to pull. The second rarest unit in the game is Shiny Yuta with a 0.02% chance or a 1 in 5,000 chance. While the official drop chance is 0.1%, you must also factor in the 0.2% chance of getting the secret portal, which lowers the drop chance down to 0.02%. The legitimacy of Shiny Yuta was actually contested by a few players very early in the update due to the low numbers of him in existence. It also doesn't help that the only noticeable difference is a slight change of particle effect and love being added to the end of his name. There's also no unique wiki page for him, with there only instead being a low quality screenshot of someone pulling a Shiny Yuta. Alright, last thing about Shiny Yuta. Currently, he is the only Shiny unit in the entire game. There are 25 techniques in the game. You can obtain Ulquiorra's evolution items from Hollow World Act 6, even though the devs have not implemented the actual evolution yet. It's actually possible to evolve the rare Ichigo into the epic Ichigo Kai by using Ulquiorra's sword on him. I don't know why you would want to do this, but it's possible. You can get this weird bug on the skill tree if you inspect your units and then open the skill tree menu before closing the inspect window. If you do this, you'll have to rejoin the game as that unit will be permanently stuck on your screen. The inventory cap can easily be bypassed by using the multi-summon bug. If you select a 10 spin, leave the banner, and then come back in and buy another 10 spin, you can open up hundreds of units very quickly. This bug will cause a game to bypass the inventory limit, as I believe the game is only registering the units that show up on your screen. So if you were to do a 10 spin, it's only registering that first unit, and the other 9 just haven't even been considered yet. The gold icon actually has a tiny shine in the top left corner. On the Discord, the banner is a picture of Epic Sanji for some reason. It kinda goes hard though, I'm not gonna lie. Since you've stayed this long, here's a piece of useful information. Desert Village is likely the easiest map to farm kills on, since the enemies have to walk around these 2 buildings right there. Most units combined with Idle will be able to cover this entire section of the track, making it a super good way to farm skill tree kills. There's a small animation that plays on the range bubble when you select a unit. The inside ring for AoE attack spins, but the outside one does not. It does appear though if you have a full AoE unit like Gojo, then you will have a spinning ring, but if it's a small AoE, it will not. The secret Yuta portal is absolutely huge in comparison to the other portals. At the time of writing this script, there have been 66 codes released, with the most recent one being Blam's Quest bug code must be subbed to work. There are 21 different animes that units can come from. These animes are One Piece, Sword Art Online, Dragon Ball, Bleach, Chainsaw Man, Black Clover, Demon Slayer, Hunter x Hunter, 7 Deadly Sins, Fire Force, Naruto, Jujutsu Kaisen, One Punch Man, Berserk, Full Metal Alchemist, Oshinoko, Fate, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Overlord, High School DxD, and Mashle. One Piece has the most units in the game right now with 10 different units. Yuta is the most expensive unit to max upgrade, costing $299,600. Tanjiro is the cheapest unit to max, costing only $3,500. The Bobak unit is not from any anime and is rather one of the developer's avatars. You can also see Bobak sitting at the summon area. Shinigami's trait aura has little skulls that fly off of it before disappearing. Heavenly Chad is based off of Dio Over Heaven from the PlayStation game Eyes of Heaven. It's also possible that it's based off of Star Platinum Over Heaven from Project Menacing, as the designs are very similar. Most likely though, this is just the developer's twist on the Over Heaven designs that so many JoJo characters have received in fan art. Also, no, before anyone says it, this is not Jotaro from part 4 or 5. Literally the only thing that is the same is the hat and the fact that they were white. Everything else in the entire design is different. I feel like the Dio Over Heaven inspiration is very obvious based on the name and the color scheme, but I guess not. So yeah, this is not Jotaro from part 4 or 5, don't even bother saying it, that's just not it. Sanemi's shirt says, "Sorry ladies, busy on Anime Last Stand." The ninjas on Desert Village are actually from the Hidden Leaf Village and not the Hidden Sand Village. Celestials were originally called Godlike. Personally, I think they made the right choice changing the name, but let me know what you think. Apparently the developers were originally intending to have Tien be part of the game. Here's what the original logo looked like before it was reworked. In the same screenshot, you can see the guy from Water Park wielding Stark's gun and sword. Hollow World was originally very dark. I am so glad they changed this because you could hardly see anything on the original map. Speaking of Hollow World, this is one of the smallest maps in the game, both in track length and actual size. Akeno is obtainable through the Valentine's Day portals, however she was not actually released with the update. She was later added to the portals in the JoJo update and has a 1% chance of dropping. Itachi is holding a shuriken in his hand. Several characters such as Tanjiro and Zenitsu do not have a face model. Currently, the maps in the game are from Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, Dragon Ball, and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. This isn't confirmed, but I believe the inspiration for Love Island in the secret portals is Kamabaka Kingdom from One Piece. The reason I think this is because the islands look pretty similar and Ivankov is the final boss. Escanor Starter is the biggest unit in the entire game. When you place him, an entire unique area is spawned. This does not apply to the Escanor you get off banner, but only the one you can get from the starter pack. Excluding Escanor Starter because he's a special case, Whitebeard is actually the biggest unit in the entire game. Whitebeard is so big that when you inspect him, he covers a majority of the screen, and when you roll traits on him, he actually goes outside of his character boundaries. Some units, like Saitama and Whitebeard, have special titles at the end of their name, implying that they could be getting an evolution in the future. For example, Saitama is called Baldy Bored, and Whitebeard is called World's Strongest Old. There is potential that we can see it change to something like Baldy Serious or World's Strongest Prime. Alright, so that's the end of the video. If you guys learned anything new, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. And if you learned absolutely nothing, then go in the comments down below and call me an idiot. With that all being said, I'll see you guys later.